wide open spaces of the Saudi Arabian desert stretch out like a golden carpet. But beware the sunshine welcome. This is the toughest motorsport event in the world.
All our events are done off navigation, and there is a set race course, but there's no markings for this to tell us where to go. We have to make that direction ourselves.
This is the Dakar Rally, where riders and drivers have to follow the rule book like they read their road book, giving them the route through dazzling dunes, tracks and mountains.
I'm reading the rules every rally. Before the rally, I'm taking the regulation. You have two sides. You have the sport rules, the regulation for the sport, and also you have the technical. So the technical is more for the engineer who decides the way how to build a car, how to design a car, and this is a bit of them job. And my job is the sport side. So we have FIA steward. When we have a problem, when we pass the rules, we need to go in the front of them like a judge, and we have to defend our own piece of land, and that's important.
Teams have to be ready for 14 days of competition. There's one stage per day, including at least one special stage, on or off-road, covering several hundred kilometers. The full race distance totals more than 7,000 kilometers. Competitors are ranked according to the times set in the special stage, plus any sporting penalties. To complete the course, there's one vital piece of equipment which all entrants have to use, the official electronic road book. And for 2022, all vehicles in all categories will be equipped with a version of these tablets. It's prepared in advance by the organisers and then handed over minutes before the start of each day's special stage. A break with tradition when it was previously available the day before to make personal individual notes.
This numeric roadbook is really also important for the fairness of the competition. The roadbook in paper, since now you get it the night before the race. Now it's not anymore. You wake up from the bivouac, you jump on the vehicle, you start to drive to the start line of the liaison, and you have your roadbook numeric which appear, and you start to follow the race. It means you never know where are you going to go during the whole day. And I think it's also what we call navigation of the rally raid.
I must say I like the electronic roadbook. It's nice, it's easy to handle, we have a nice remote control. It's fair for everyone because we are getting the roadbook only 15 minutes prior to the start time.
Chasing the win in the Dakar is not just about finding the fastest way to climb massive dunes or race along rocky roads. During each special time stage, competitors have to pass checkpoints and waypoints set out by the organisers to make sure all vehicles use the intended route and don't take shortcuts. Miss a waypoint and there are time penalties or even disqualification.
You have some waypoint, so some special point on the way during the stage to pass through. If I miss it, it can be 10 minutes or 5 minutes to 2 hours penalty or sometimes more. Taking 10 or 15 minutes penalty in only one time for sure will be not good.
You have to drive as fast as you can when you see the road, but sometimes it's difficult to find those waypoints.
It's why sometimes on the TV you see the people turning around because we are looking for this waypoint because we make mistake from the cap kilometers before.
Racing against the clock brings pressure. Seconds can feel like hours if you make a mistake on the road. But making up time is fraught with danger. There are speed zones in some stages where limits are set by the organisers in areas where they expect big crowds or crossing villages.
Sometimes you have some speed limit zone. The job is to make no mistake during the day.
There's GPS tracking in all vehicles, so the organisers can follow competitors. But there's no map display like a road car navigation system. And overall, the only other functions allowed are the tripmaster and the compass.
The GPS, the information is giving is basically the heading. All the other things is more a tool for the organizer to control the guys and, for example, to penalize them if they miss a weapon or if they overspeed one speed zone. Like the guys have sometimes when they cross some town or some specific area that they have to do at 30 or 50 per hour. If they don't do it, they would have a penalty recorded in the GPS, and afterwards they would get penalized.
The technology on the last few years changed a lot. The organization have to take care about our safety. That's why we have a lot of technical parts, trackers, GPS, which are not also for navigating the desert. It's also to take care about our speed, to take care about the position of the bike. If you land on the side, the GPS sends an alarm to the organization. There's a few people which are looking to every single track of every single competitor to make sure that one is not going in a wrong direction or another country, or which is stopped without water during 2 days. I mean, we are really controlled. For us and for our family, it's the maximum safety.
On the subject of safety, all bike and quad racers must wear an airbag vest, a significant advance to minimize the consequences of a high-speed impact. The bivouac is the headquarters of each Dakar. It's also the only area where mechanics are allowed to work on vehicles. No assistance is allowed during a stage except from fellow competitors. Then on the Dakar's famous marathon stage, the rules are even more strict.
The big difference of the marathon stage, as you can see behind, there's the tent, there's the food and the shower. And this is the mechanic. This is a normal bivouac. A marathon stage, you have just this part. With the tent, the food, you sleep, but that's all. There's no mechanic, there's no tire, there's no spare parts, there's nothing. And you have to manage yourself to do the first part of the marathon stage, 1 day, and the second part of the second stage. It means 2 days racing without any mechanic help. It's also tough.
The starting order for each day within the categories is decided by the finishing order on the day's previous stage. So the winner of stage 1 will start first on stage 2, and so on for the whole event. Every stage on the Dakar is led off by the bikes, followed by the quads, the cars, lightweight vehicles, and then the trucks.
The bikers have to take off first at the start of the day, so we have to open the stage. So if you win the stage before, you've got to lead out the next day, and you've got a complete blank canvas of desert out there, and you've got to make your way through it and try not to get lost.
Finally, the rules of the road for the elite end of the car class change in 2022, and it's set to make the event even more thrilling. Audi's newly developed RSQ e-tron rally car with an electric powertrain joins the expanded T1 class.
Now, the vision for Audi is definitely to showcase a completely new concept of technology. Having an energy converter, charging a battery, running the battery, basically the two engines and the front and the rear, combining all of this into the desert. I think this is a big challenge, and if we can show this, then I think it's groundbreaking, that's no question.
There'll also be more instantly visible changes among the leading contenders.
So the main difference is that on T1 we have now a new group of T1+. It means that we have bigger wheels, bigger wheel travel, the width of the car is wider. That's make a supercar. Looks like a buggy with a four-wheel drive, and it's a big advantage because we're going to have a faster car, and the rules is moving on the good way, and we are very happy.
So the cars are 30 centimeters more wide than before, so it's going from 2 meters to 2 meters 30.
So this category is equipped now with the BFG 37-inch, and this tire with the rim is more or less 35 kilograms. We have a lot of difference in the term of construction, in terms of compound, in terms of tread pattern. It's a totally new tires.
So it will be much more performant and much more fun to drive than it was last year.
When a rally great like Sébastien Loeb, with 2 Dakar podiums to his name, expects the action to be even hotter, the anticipation gears up by the day. Pushing the boundaries, finding the limits, the Dakar never stands still.